So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. The leaves are starting to turn and they're starting to fall and the temperature is dropping and it's a nice night for a fire. And also a good time to remind you or to let you know we have fire starter available all ready for winter burn season. I'm not sure when the first fire will happen here, but I do know like next week, I think it's only supposed to be in the 60s for a high. It's been getting pretty chilly in the mornings. We're gonna load this up. But we have both the 1.75 pound bags and the 4-pound bags. They're on the website, link in the description, pinned comment as well. A lot of people like these 4-pounders, but you can start a lot of fires. One of these I think would last you all winter for sure for a wood stove. I know out of the 1.75s you can start about 25 to 30 fires, and this one's 4 pounds. And I can honestly say I have never once had it not work. And another thing I can tell you, we have not had a single unhappy customer. And I mean that, not one complaint. She's already starting to rip. Look at the leaves on the ground. No kindling required. So this evening, the plan is just to kind of take it easy, hang out by the fire. Melissa's gonna be out in a little bit, and then first thing tomorrow morning, we're gonna head out in the woods and get started on the road project back to the clearing. We have more trees to clear on the road, but I'm gonna head back there probably around 7:30 tomorrow morning and get started. I think tomorrow afternoon, Sunday, Monday, a little bit of rain, not a whole bunch, but I should have a decent morning. But anyway, I'll report back first thing. All right, it is first thing in the morning. I was gonna head out to the woods, but I have to deliver a little bit of firewood first. I had to set this one down and grab it from the other side because the opening is on this side, and where I'm gonna set it, that's where it needs to go. This one plus 2 more going right over to neighbor Cliff's. Just saw a big gray squirrel over there. They are working overtime right now. The nuts are hitting the ground. The leaves are starting to fall as well. All right, got all my firewood delivered. We're gonna hop in a SideKick and head out in the woods. So how you like running this machine, Melissa?
It's one of my favorites.
Is it?
It is. I feel safe. I feel I know what I'm doing a little more than I do the skid steer.
It's so much easier having another person just pulling these logs out of the pile, swing them over. It works out pretty good, but it is cold today.
It's a nice cool day. Slowly the leaves are turning colors, and the temperatures are cool. And I think we're also going to be out of the range of where that rain is. It's coming from the east from that tropical storm.
Yeah.
And I think
we may get just a little bit this afternoon, but not. East of here,
yeah,
it's
out where our daughter Hannah and Tyler live in State College. There's a big game. It's the whiteout game. So daughter Eva drove out with some friends to attend the game, and they're getting dumped on right now.
Yeah. No, the game's not till tonight, though, is it?
Right, but you know, she's Hannah. Our daughter Hannah is always like, "What? I don't get this. Like, we didn't grow up in Happy Valley out in State College, and like Pitt's not too far from here, but Pitt has a different livelihood, I guess I want to say." So Hannah never got it. Now her husband Tyler's an athlete at Penn State, so he kind of gets it. Our daughter Eva is going to a much smaller school, and so she seriously texted me this morning, and she's like, "Oh my, you wouldn't believe it here, all these people and the excitement." I said, "Yeah, I heard it gets kind of crazy," and she's like, "I just don't get it." So maybe it's the Morgan family in general. We just don't get it. But
there's an airport
big game
out there, small airport not far from where Hannah lives.
Right.
And it will be loaded up with private jets.
Yeah, limos, like the SUV limos, blacked out limo, SUVs that are waiting for the people, and that's where they'll stay, is these cars are parked at the airport. But I had to see it to believe it. Like when we were out there last year for her birthday, which happens to be, her birthday was just a few days ago. So it must have been this game. Like ESPN flies in, a lot of actually celebrities and professional people that own companies, blah, blah, blah. Because the place was packed. She told us, we were going to, I don't remember where we were going, maybe to dinner. After the game started, the restaurants kind of open up a little bit. Yeah, she said, expect the airport to be packed. It's a tiny little airport. I'm like, how packed? Until we drove by, I'm like, oh my gosh, she wasn't kidding. It was filled with like private jets and
yeah,
I had to see it.
It's just unbelievable.
I hope they do well, and I have nothing at all against Penn State. I
straight up. I'll be straight up with you. I think it is just awesome that anyone is passionate about their hobbies or whatever they like doing, and I think it's great. It's good for the economy when people go out there and go to these games and all that.
Yeah.
But I'll be straight up with you. I would much rather be right here cutting wood than being in a giant crowd at a college football game. Just not my thing. I know a lot of people are into it, and I think that's cool. WVU is the same way. I know people down there, I guess all colleges are. I know people that have like the same parking spot, and they've had them for years, and they take their motorhome down and they sit in the parking lot and watch the game with the TV on the side of the RV, like right outside of the stadium. Whatever, I don't get it, but it's big
and there's
business.
People that are seriously going to say in a few months when you're out hunting in the cold and rain.
Yeah, wondering why I do that.
So
I do have people that say that. Yeah.
I did see a funny video on social media that this mom was saying that her child at school, the teacher asked them to draw their hobbies, and so they drew pictures. Then to draw their hobbies of their parents. And this kid drew a picture of his mom sitting at a table with a glass of wine and wrote, "My mom loves to drink," for her hobby. And I'm like, so you kind of have to be careful what you do, what your livelihood is.
Most all hobbies are good, but yeah, just not my thing. I'm anxious to get Eva's take on the game. She went to
she'll say it the way it is.
I think we might have mentioned she went to a concert a few weeks ago.
Oh my goodness.
Who was it? Luke Bryan?
No. Oh dear.
I don't know who she went. She could not believe the way people our age acted at a concert. Eva was just shocked.
Just that drinking. We don't drink alcohol, so she grew up with, that was not her environment, and I think she probably has maybe seen some of her friends drink or something. I'm not sure. She doesn't hang around people that drink a whole lot. And at that concert, people were drinking drunk. She was like texting us, like there's a person sitting beside or in front of me that can't even stand up.
And she's like, they're missing the entire concert. What a waste of time. And she's right.
Yeah.
She's exactly right.
Yeah.
But she's just not used to seeing that, which is a good thing. But everybody's different.
But I'm more concerned that we can't remember the concert she went to.
I know, right? It really made an impact on us, the concert. Right? I have no idea.
I'm going to have to text her and ask her.
Yeah.
We remembered Morgan Wallen.
Yeah,
she
that's
loved it. And I'm sure Morgan Wallen's watching our videos, so I just want you to know our daughter went to your concert and she absolutely loved it, other than the drunk people around her. So keep it up.
Yeah, but
that took us a good 15 minutes to talk to each other going, wait, no, it's not Jelly Roll. No, not Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
No, not Post Malone.
And Morgan Wallen had canceled his.
Yeah, this was scheduled. That was a problem. This was scheduled in the summer, I believe, like in July, and it got canceled because he was sick. So it got moved to an August date.
Yeah.
And the problem with that was the college kids or even school kids, everyone went back to school. So
yeah,
she had to alter her schedule.
Well,
but she had a great time.
I'm going to start knocking some trees down unless you want to.
No, I'm not there yet. I can either run cameras or head back to the house.
Or pick up logs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a huge help, I'm telling you.
You're welcome.
Instead of having to shut the saw down, get out, get in the machine, all that stuff.
I know. It's kind of like all the housework I have to go back and do. All right, I'm going to head back. Did you tell them about the fire starter?
I did tell them. Fire starter is available. Link in description, pinned comment.
Yeah, next weekend we're going to have hoodies.
Next week. It's that time of year for hoodies.
It is. Yeah.
You got your Kubota one on today.
I do. Yep.
All right. Well, thanks
this is my Johnny Cash look. Black. Does he have a black song or something?
A lot of dark songs.
I love Johnny Cash.
Yeah. But I appreciate your help.
You're welcome, Mike. Anytime.
For this part, knocking down trees, I prefer to be by myself.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stuff ripping and tearing and flying.
Okay. See ya.
Thanks. How's it going, Melissa?
It's good. Brought it back for you to have a ride.
It's trying to sprinkle a little bit.
I felt it. Yep.
I don't think we're going to get much, though.
I think we're just on the tip of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be surprised, too, if we get some. Are you going to start a fire?
Nah. If it rains, I will, but
Okay.
I just piled all that stuff up. So we got those stumps all cleaned up. I had that one big cherry down there that was, that one was storm damage, and I cut the rest of it off of it. But we got just a little bit further to go that way, but I think right now I'm going to start on where the road's going to come in and start clearing some trees for that.
Good.
What do you think, Melissa?
If you could just pull back some of the trail that's grown up.
Okay. Should I brush hog it, or?
Yeah, if you have the time, but if you don't have the time, then just use like grapple.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I could just run through there with the skid loader.
I'm sure. We'll just press it down.
Rip it right out of it.
Cramp it down. Yeah, it's looking good. It looks bigger, don't you think?
Yeah.
I guess because of all the opening.
Just it's like a
And
whole
what
new,
about those two stumps out there?
whole new piece of property.
It is.
Yeah, I have to dig those ones out. There's a couple ginormous ones back there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll get them.
Look at the leaves.
Leaves are turning. Winter's coming.
It feels fallish.
Yeah.
So what's the answer to the time change?
I don't think we turn them this year.
Right. Do people know that for sure? Like I've heard from people that think they know everything. Oh yeah, we're not. But is that for real? Or is that just someone telling me that because they know everything?
I don't even know.
I'm asking the viewers.
We'll find out.
Tell me, are we having the fallback for the hour? In some states, like Arizona, doesn't do it, I don't think.
I don't know. I think it was done from the start.
Oh, I liked it.
Did you?
I did. Because my body knew, like the animals, like, okay, it gets darker earlier, it's time to go to bed earlier. It's kind of like being a bear and hibernating for the winter.
So the plan for the road is right through here. Well, I have a plan for at least the first 200 feet. I mentioned in the last video we have some real nice oaks kind of on this side. There's a few stragglers here in the middle. I want to stay away from them, but run the road right through here. And I want to make it wide enough that I can have like a ditch line on the one side. Also want to make it wide enough if I ever decide to run power back here. I don't even know what that would cost now. Wire is so expensive, but it'd probably cost 20 grand just to get power back here, maybe more, I don't know. But we're gonna come in here with the excavator, start pulling back some of this little stuff, knock down a few trees, and it'll start to take shape. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is take down this little cherry tree right here. It's not real big around, but it's very tall. Trying to compete with these oaks. I would like to have kind of dropped it out in the opening behind me, but there's some big oak limbs on this back side that it'll get hung up on. So I kind of have a spot here out in front. This little spot right here, about where the camera's sitting, it used to be kind of a little camp spot here. There's a fire ring over here made out of concrete block. We used to bring the kids out here when they were little and set up a tent and camp right there. Now it's going to be the middle of a new road. Just going to scrape some of this stuff off here before I start digging. It won't take much to get this one down. Well, at least to get it to start falling over. Hopefully it doesn't get hung up. It is so dry. It's trying to sprinkle right now. I don't want to get rained out, but it actually wouldn't be a bad thing, to tell you the truth. We need the rain. Let's just give a little nudge without even busting any roots. but not the way I want it to go. So we're gonna take out some of these roots here. Look at that dust fly. Get squared up on a little bit better. It's windy. Should be about perfect. Yep. I didn't hurt any of the other trees. I think I'm just going to grab this whole thing by the stump here and pull it out into the clearing. Knock a little dirt off at first. That works out good when it's dry like that. It just kind of falls out of those small roots. To cut this one down a little bit. That's all right. Stump here right in front of the camera from a long time ago. Maybe not that long ago. It's things in there. I think that's a little red oak. That was a stubborn little thing. It's starting to rain a little bit harder, not too bad. What I'm going to do now is just use the rake on the excavator here to just kind of strip off the vegetation and these tiny little saplings. I want to leave as much topsoil as I can. I'm not trying to strip the topsoil off. Just get all this kind of debris off of here. I think if my road is going to be, say, 10 feet wide, the actual road surface, I want to have at least, at a minimum, a 20-foot clearing through here. Maybe even 24 feet would probably be best to be able to fit, you know, a ditch line in. It'd be nice to have it where you could mow the sides and all that and, you know, kind of do it right the first time. Well, it's starting to rain pretty good, and I just checked the radar. We're going to get hammered here in just a bit. But you can kind of get an idea what it's going to look like here. Like this maple tree right here, it needs to go. It's going to be a decent sized road, like I said, at least 20 feet wide through here. And when I get out that way and get into the side hill, it'll have to be even wider, because I'll have like a cut slope on the upper side. But it's pretty much going to go right through here. So this oak here, that oak there has to go. And then there's some maple, some cherry, a few more small oak. But the big ones, they all start from there down. It's going to be a pretty big project here. I'm not sure how long the road's going to be, maybe 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet, I don't even know. But anyway, that's it for today's video. Don't forget the fire starter is available. Link in the description, pin comment as well. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.